Hey, it's Jackie and welcome to another crafty video. Today's project, 5 super simple cards. You always seem to need a card, but you don't always have a lot of time. The 5 cards I'm going to show you today will only take you minutes to make. Let's get started. So the stamp set we're going to be using today is called Random Act of Cardness, and it is the September 2019 stamp of the month. We're going to use this stamp just because it has so many sentiments on it, but you can use any sentiment stamp you want for these cards. So the first card we're going to be making is probably one of the easiest cards you're ever going to make, and it's using any sort of pocket cards. I use the Picture My Life cards from Close to My Heart, and I'm going to use the Sweet Girl cards. So I have my card base and I have 2 colors of cardstock. So we're just going to start by attaching the cardstock onto my card base. And then we're going to take our pocket card, and I have trimmed this one down a little bit just because they come in the 4x6, and that's just a little big for my card. The next thing I'm going to do is just take some little matching, and I've matched these with the pink cardstock underneath, and I'm just going to take some little embellishments, whatever you have, and there's your first card. Shine like the stars. So this next card is called the Compliments Cluster card, and this card is fabulous for using up your leftover compliments or your random leftover embellishments. So what we're going to do is we're going to stamp a sentiment and then put a cluster of your compliments or embellishments on the front, and then you're done. So the compliments I'm using are from an old package called Jack, and I used these, oh gosh, probably about a year ago, and they have just been sitting in my bin of half-used compliments. So today we're going to use some. So the sentiment we're using on this card says, "Thanks for making me smile." So we'll stamp that probably closer to the bottom. These cards I have not pre-made, so we're just kind of winging this together, which is good because then you can actually see how fast this goes up together here. So we'll do the compliments probably up here. So I'm going to attach this to my card base. So, and I'm just going to use some sticker compliments here. And this one, I'm pretty sure I'm going to use some 3D dots on it. So we have that little cluster there, and then we'll just stick a few stars. Just to finish it off. And that's it. That's our card. And that is super simple and super quick. So our third card is the pattern paper background. This is a great card for using up scrap pieces of paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to stamp our sentiment on this plain cardstock, mount it onto the black cardstock, and then we'll attach it onto our card base and our pattern paper. So the sentiment we're going to be using for this one says, "Lucky to have a friend like you." And we're going to stamp it fairly high on our paper. And then we're going to attach it onto the little mat that we've made. And the measurements for these cards, all of them, are whatever you want them to be. I like to use a black card base just because I like a darker frame around, and then I just put a piece of white cardstock in the inside to write on. All right, so we're going to finish this off with some twine wrapped around it. I like to put a little bit of twine or glitter tape or something on these simple cards because they are simple, so you have to kind of give them something to stand out. And this is another one that you have your sentiment, but your background paper is really part of your focal point. So we're just going to put that on at a slight angle, and we'll slip some twine in here. Just to give it a little bit of texture and just make it not look so plain. And then we'll finish it off with some silver glitter gems. I love these little glitter gems. And there is super simple card number 3. And this is probably one of my favorites with the pattern paper behind it. So our super simple card number 4 is using an embossing folder. So we're going to cut a piece of black cardstock, 5 1/4 by 2 1/2, and we're going to emboss it. And I don't know how well you can see this pattern, but it is so cute. Okay, So what we're going to do with this one is just attach our embossed cardstock onto our card base. We're going to add some teal glitter tape like so. And we'll just trim this off. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment along the bottom. And we're going to stamp with love. Just like so. And that is super simple card number 4. Okay, so we're on our last super simple card. So super simple card number 5, we're going to use our watercolor paints, and we're going to put 3 colors onto our paper, and we're going to go from lightest to darkest. So we're going to use some blues, and we're just going to right across there. And we're going to do most of our stamping on the lightest parts. Now you don't want to use too much water, just because this is not watercolor cardstock. I'm just using regular cardstock, which is fine. It will dry a little warped, but you just use a lot of adhesive, and that's it. So we'll just go through after we wipe our brush off and just kind of blend it a bit. Now with this one, you're going to want to take some time and let it dry completely. So we'll put that aside. And what I did for this card was I did already do one so that it would be dry for our video. Now the sentiment we're going to be using on this one just says, "A little hello to brighten your day." And you always want to use your sponge underneath to get a nice crisp stamp. And a little hello to brighten your day. And then we attach that onto our card base. And again, I've chosen the black card base just so that there is some framing on our card. And I've put a piece of white cardstock on the inside to write on. But there is your super simple card number 5, which probably couldn't have been quicker. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And if you'd like to join me for more workshop videos like this one, full of different tips and techniques, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like more information on any of the products used in this video, I'll put the link down below, or you can email me at creativecookie@gmail.com. That's CREATEVECOOKIE@gmail.com. And if you have any questions, leave a comment down below or email me. Thanks, and see you next time.